Hey everybody, it's Jennifer from Jen Vibes Only. Welcome back to my channel. If you watched my last video, you would know that I have been experiencing a planner rut. I have really been struggling with layouts. I've been struggling with size as it pertains to my planner, and I may have a bit of a solution here, and I just wanted to share it with you guys and talk about it. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you didn't see my last video, I was considering moving away from the discount system just to give myself a break, give my mind some time to reset. And I just kind of got some bound journals from my shelf, and I was just going to use that as a planner. And then I sort of had a little bit of an epiphany, a planner epiphany, if you will, and I wanted to give something a try. I think for me, you know, I really love using the discount system. I love being able to take things apart and put things back together. And I really do feel very confined using a system that is bound. So I have some supplies here that I already own. I did get some lined filler paper from Amazon, and that's the only new thing that I did purchase, even though I said I wasn't going to purchase anything else, but I really needed some filler paper. I was lacking filler paper, and the reason why I purchased filler paper is because I'm planning to just use this lined filler paper and not stick to a layout per se, and that may be the thing that solves my planner rut. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put this together with you guys. I'm gonna be sort of talking my way through it. I don't know if it's gonna make a lot of sense. I don't know if it's gonna work, but you know what? We're just gonna give it a try. And so yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way, and we are just gonna talk through this. If you guys watch my channel, you would know that I like to transform or Frankenplan. So that is what we are going to be doing. I have been feeling the black and white vibes lately. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm just using the back side of this like happy face cover. We don't want the happy face cover. So I don't know, I'm feeling black and white. I just want to go really simple and see if that helps me at all. I'm trying not to get myself in any type of rigid system. We're just keeping things nice and open for the most part. So excuse the noise that this is gonna make. So it has like this header and then a spot for the date, which I really like because oftentimes I just want to make lists, and oftentimes I just need a blank piece of paper, and I don't want to have to worry about where should I write this in my planner, because there's a spot there or there's a layout that I'm trying to conform to. So sometimes I just need to just write things down. So what I was thinking with this filler paper is just making lists every day. Okay, you know, this is Monday, whatever date it is, and just kind of bullet plan. And because there's no box or no layout or no specific day, I don't feel like I'm falling behind, if that makes sense, because there's no like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if I miss a day, I won't feel like I'm falling behind. I also thought about maybe do the week of and use this whole piece of paper for an entire week of plans, because I'm just not as busy at this particular season in my life. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm breaking this planner up into a few parts. So it's going to be a catch-all section at the beginning. So that's going to be my beginning section, is a catch-all. And then I'm trying to figure out if I want to divide, make a separate section for work. I might do that. I think that will serve me well. So I'm going to go in with another sort of black and white grid. I'm feeling the grid. So we're going to go with that. And this is, the world is hers for the reading, but I'm not using that side. I'm just using the grid side because I'm in my simple era these days. So again, I'm gonna add some of this white filler paper. I think I'm gonna do a personal section. You know what, I'm probably not even gonna call it a catch-all. Actually, I'm probably gonna do a personal section, a work section. And I'm being generous because I do like my planners to be a bit on the chunky side. So I'm being generous with this paper. So the next section that I want to add is wellness. If you guys are new to my channel, as of today, I am officially down 24 pounds. So my wellness has been a huge thing over the last 6 months or so. So, or actually, I'm not even gonna call it wellness. Again, I'm trying to move away from being super rigid. I'm not gonna call this my wellness section. I think it's just gonna be my creative journal section. And I'm trying to see which colors I'm gonna use of these papers, because they are just so nice. I'll probably do a little bit of both, because I really just want to do a creative journal in here that's going to encompass like wellness, self-care, just memory keeping, just kind of hodgepodge all of that in there, if that makes sense. So I don't know. We're just gonna use a little bit of everything, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll see how I feel once I'm flipping through. I think this yellow is so nice. I wish I had more. I wish it came with more. I got these on Amazon. That has a little speck. This paper is so pretty. Okay, I think I'll do the yellow and the pink. And of course I put too much. Alrighty, so creative, that's the creative journal section. And then this last section of my planner is going to be the section that I always create and always neglect, which is my writing section. And I apologize for this glare. Let me just put a piece of paper right here. I think I'm just gonna go with this plain white again for my writing section. Ooh, and this is pretty full. I might have to take some of this out, but alrighty, let's go ahead and flip her around. Okay, so sorry for the glare. And there's some little specks on this paper, but that's okay. So I don't even know what to call these sections. I think this is just gonna be stuff I have to do in my personal life for the whole week, like household chores, cleaning out, you know, my closet, doctor's appointments, just everything that pertains to me in my personal life, I think. And then personal section, I guess I'm calling it. I'm not even gonna call it a catch-all. I'm just gonna call it a personal section. Now I'm thinking, should I add a social media section? I don't know. My brain, I have no idea. Personal section. The next thing will be like work section. And I think for work, again, since I'm not super busy, again, I'm just gonna do the week of, and I'm just gonna write down everything that I need to do for that week. And then as things come up, I can, you know, add to it, because I can't fill out this whole thing for just one day. That'll just be a waste of paper. So I'm gonna try to maximize each sheet of paper that I use. So, and then I have the colored paper for, I'm thinking my wellness creative journal, or just one journal for everything. Or I can do like, this section is gonna be for writing, and I have like, I think these lines are gonna like make me write. So this is gonna be my writing section. I definitely want to have a writing section in here, for sure, a section just to write. But I'm really torn if I'm gonna add a social media section, or do I need a social media section? I don't know. I don't know. I need to think about that. I have no idea. So let me just pop these little bookmarks in here, and I will be thinking about if I should add a social media section. And it is starting to get a little dark. I'm trying to soak up the last little bit of the sunlight here. I'm back. I have my little setup again by my window. So we're trying to get my natural light on for 2025. Again, I'm back in this spot for filming, but I have my desk back where I like it, but I just have this little table for filming. So, let me think about adding a social media section, and I will be right back. Hey guys, it has been a few days and I am back just to show you guys how this all turned out. So the first section is just going to be for personal things like chores, doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, things like that. And then the second section is going to be for work. And I'm going to list what I need to do. This was for last week. And then for this week, I'm just going to pick up right where I left off. And I don't have to worry about, you know, I missed a day in my planner, or I have this layout that has like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I miss a few days. So I don't have to worry about that. Another thing that I think that I'm liking about having just plain filler paper or lined filler paper is that I don't feel any pressure. I don't feel like I'm falling behind. I can maximize all the space, and I can just pick up where I left off. Like for example, today is Sunday. It's a weekend, and most of the time on the weekends, I'm not in my planners. I'm not in my journals. my weekends are kind of for me to rest, relax, and have a bit of a social life. So I don't feel bad about like falling behind or not being in my planner on the weekends. And then I'm left with like these blank spaces or blank boxes that I feel like pressured to go back and fill in. So I did decide to add a social media section, and I just plan to like list all of the ideas that I have coming up for social media and things that I want to get done for social media. The next section is my journal, and it's just going to be a journal that's going to encompass everything. Like I have my little weight loss tracker here that's going to go in my journaling section, and I also just put some plain paper back here too. So this is just going to be like all journaling stuff here. I'm trying to move away from really like rigid and like strict stuff. I'm trying to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more open. And then lastly, I have a section for writing. So anytime I get my creative juices flowing for writing, all of that stuff will live here. And we've come back full circle, and that is my Transformer Franken Planner notebook system that I hope will get me out of my planner rut, and I hope it'll take some of the pressure off of me when it comes to planning, and hopefully make planning fun again, because I really feel like that's a really important factor of planning. It's just having fun, wanting to be in my planner. And this really works for me when there's times that are inevitable when I'm just not in my planner. So that happens to me a lot. And what I was wanting to do at the beginning of the year was use a lot of undated planner inserts. And I thought that would help me because I could just pick up where I left off. But even though things were undated, it still had like the boxes or the layout that made me feel like I was falling behind, and something really blank like this doesn't make me feel like I'm falling behind. So hopefully, because the pressure is off, I will feel more inclined to be in my planner. So I'm hoping that works for me. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.